I think technology in India is really shaping how travel is evolving because if you look at payments, for example, UPI is one of the largest payments platform in the world. And it drives more transactions and GTV than any other country in the world. And it's just incredible how it works. Like, I mean, you can now go and buy vegetables in a small shop or pay your auto rickshaw using UPI. Nobody carries cash in India anymore. And it's incredible that it just works at that scale with billions of people, hundreds of millions of people using that every single day. And we are seeing UPI driving more and more transactions. Like UPI is now the lion's shares of all travel bookings happening in India. It's the major share of every transaction that happens in India, not credit cards, not debit cards. It's UPI. And this is something unique about India. Most of the travel bookings are happening with UPI payments in India. I think this is one great example of how tech innovation in India is shaping digital transformation and making people come online and transact online, especially in travel. I think the global brands that generally come into picture only when you're talking about outbound travel, and outbound travel in India is growing. And as we can see, people are traveling abroad a lot. And I think if you have somebody going from India to Vietnam or Thailand or Singapore, as a travel company, you would also want to sell activities to them or last mile transportation, ground transportation. And all of these things would require you to partner with like global companies like, Viator or Klook, etc., for partnering on activity side. But at the same time, distribution on hotels is also needed because, if these people also would need hotels. And I think that's where both Booking a Group, Booking Agoda, etc., they all are partnering with most of these Indian companies to drive at least the international inventory that is required to drive outbound travel. And I think all of these partnerships in India is being shaped by some of these companies around hotel booking and activities. But I think this is something that is only specific to outbound travel because most of the domestic travel is driven mostly by Indian companies which are driving, flights, trains, buses, and even Indian hotels. So I think it's only relevant in case of hotels, which is international, and outbound travel, including activities. But I think some of the payment mechanisms for people living outside India who are transacting on Indian platforms for travel within India is the other long tail activity. But I think that's very, very small, I would say. I think it was a great event. Like I was like, I've never seen a event which is more chilled out than this, and especially an event happening in a place like Mallorca and inside a football stadium. That was incredible. I'd never imagined, like before coming here, I was not sure what kind of event it is. This is the first time I'm coming to CONX. And honestly, I'm like really, really surprised. I think, an environment like this kind of fosters just a natural connection between people, and people are able to kind of network more easily than in this packed conference environment where people have to go through sessions and sessions and sessions like for 3 days in a row. In the end, people are so tired that, they don't even have the energy to connect and create those connections naturally, right? So I think in that sense, CONX has built a pretty amazing platform. I really liked it. It's my first time, but I liked it. I might come back.